And we are here today at Spring Creek Equine. I'm here with Rebecca Ham from KER. We're going to get Rebecca to body score this horse in a moment. We're going to weigh it with a weight tape, and we're also going to put it over the scales to see if there's any difference between the weight tape and the scales, and Beck will do a little run through of the condition of the horse. Over to you, Beck.
So there's a couple of different ways you can body condition score. So you can use the Australian scale, which is 1 to 5, or you can use the US scale, which is 1 to 9. So the most important thing to do is use the same scale all the time. And there's a few places that we look at on the horse. So we can look at the neck along the top here, and we can look at the crest. Now this horse doesn't obviously have a big fat crest, so if your horse does, then you just need to check and see how hard that is going, and if it's going quite firm, then that is a problem. But bear in mind that heavier breeds, Friesians and the like, and stallions will obviously have that crest naturally. Then we can look over the ribs, so you should be able to run your hand along the horse's side and actually feel the ribs, not have to really push too much. And you need to take into consideration what this horse is doing. So obviously fitter horses will have a lower body fat percentage in comparison to other horses. Look over the rump and also standing behind the horse. So obviously do this safely, so you know you're not going to get kicked, and look straight along the horse's backbone. So if there's a little bit of a dip, that is problematic and probably telling you the horse is a little too fat. If there's a bit of a tent or a bit of a peak, the horse can either do with some more body condition, or also got to think about the horse's age and if the horse is in fact work as well. So we'll run the weight tape over Andy here and see what it comes up with.
So we'll bring it right up over his wither. So we're going to go on the 577 kilos right there. And we'll ask Sam to step him up on the scales for us.
Good boy. Okay, so he weighs 568 kilos. So we put him as a body condition score of 3. Taking into consideration his workload and age.
So as you can see, there's not a great deal of difference between the tape and what the scales are, so these are quite a useful tool if you can't afford to buy a set of scales or you don't have access to one. So make sure you use one, keep a track of where your horse's condition's at. Thank you.